Welcome back to Little Stinkers, baby. Michael Francis Rainey here with Cal DonJolla.
Hey, Mike.
Ferman. Jacob Ferman Matera.
Hey, guys.
Danny Dubs, welcome back, my friend. Boys, how are you?
I'm good, but I don't know what to expect. You did just come into the room and you blindfolded us again.
Yeah. I didn't blindfold shit. I just asked you to close your eyes.
That's
well,
true.
it's the same idea. Let the people imagine us blindfolded.
I blindfolded them and I hogtied them.
Yeah, you hogtied us. You took the words right out of my mouth.
I put the three of them in a human centipede while I brought out their surprise.
Just off camera to your right, there is something.
A little surprise.
A little surprise for us. And you kind of alluded that it might be a live animal, so we'll see. We did talk about Richard Gere a lot last week, didn't we?
We did.
He did. He came in the room with going shh, 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 shh.
Yeah, of course, a live animal that always listens to.
Yeah.
I think he might be shoving hamsters up our ass in a couple of minutes.
No, it better not be a gerbil.
I wonder.
Oh my God!
Do you? Oh wait, that's a great question. Do you think? I really do be thinking of great questions. Do you think people have preferences whether they shove gerbils or hamsters up their asshole, or if one's easier to train than the other?
I don't know the difference. Is one of them like significantly bigger?
I think hamsters are bigger.
Okay,
So gerbils could probably,
that's why the
Yeah.
gerbil thing is
Or am I
so
wrong?
believable.
Jake, I don't know, man.
No?
I don't know. To me, I don't know. In my stupid mind, gerbils seem a little smaller.
I couldn't pick one out of a lineup.
Is that what? Did I say the other? Did I say the opposite of that? I thought I said the gerbils were smaller, right?
Did you?
Yes.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I believe so.
All right.
I believe
Okay.
so.
So you guys are in agreement then?
All right, yeah, we did it.
All right,
all right, we're
cool.
shoving gerbils up our ass. Then. 2-1.
Okay, then yeah, it's gonna be a gerbil that I shove in your ass. Even
I
the
don't
guy
know.
at the pet store didn't know the
Both,
difference.
I don't know. Both very aggressive animals. Both German names.
Hams?
Joseph Gerbils. The minister of Petaganda. I don't know. You can really put anything up your butt these days. There was a pet store. Jake, you've probably been in there.
Yeah.
There's a pet
Yeah, I
store
heard you were up in there.
on McDade Boulevard in Folsom where they used to have a little baby alligator.
Oh, I haven't been in this one.
I don't know if they still have it. It should not have been in there because
No.
that motherfucker
They
was
don't
always hissing.
Dave
was the
babies
manager.
for long.
And John, they did not have him. I don't know how high up fucking baby alligators can get, but they only had like a screen laid over the top of his tank.
It was like,
Yeah.
oh yeah.
He was not happy to be in there.
He was in a terrarium situation.
That sounds like something he would be in.
How big though? Like a
Dude, not very
giant
big.
one?
No, maybe twice the size of this table.
Okay.
That's pretty big
Yeah, it is.
All right, well, fuck me then.
for a pet store to have an alligator on display. How baby was it? So baby.
Bigger baby. He was a bosser baby.
It was a
All
boxer
right.
baby.
That thing's about to grow up.
He was too how like when you're at like
He was too old to be up in there.
Yeah,
up
that's what
in
I'm
his
about to
daddy's
say.
house still.
like how like you go to an amusement park and you see like a kid in a stroller and he's like this. Like this alligator was in a stroller when he shouldn't have been.
Yeah, just fucking flush him down the toilet so he can live in the sewers for the rest of his life.
So he can get molested by the Ninja Turtles. That's what they do.
How often is a wild animal found around here that was a pet?
Dude, in the mid-'90s, there was a cougar on the loose. Jacob, do you remember that?
I don't remember this.
Jake, we've lived in the same area.
I know. Well, yeah.
This motherfucker was rollerblading around the neighborhood with not a care in the world
Yeah.
in the 90s.
Yeah,
you know?
well,
That's
dude,
true.
I think this was like 1994. How old were you?
That time I was like 7 or 8.
All right, I had
Yeah.
pubes by then, so I remember this.
I had a collection of pubes. It's a long story.
Yeah, there was a cougar just roaming around.
Was it somebody's...
That's awesome.
No.
Oh, it fucking got
I don't know
here.
where he got here from.
Far.
but-
I mean, there's no fucking mountains close to here.
I mean, say that again, baby. All right. Y'all ready to determine whether or not this is going to be a Joker's episode or
Yeah,
another
yeah,
Snickers
let's get to
episode? And I can give you your surprise.
If it's a Joker's episode, we're not going to get the surprise?
No.
All right. Well, here's hoping for something. God damn it,
Gerbils. Heads gerbils, tails hamsters.
Oh, gerbils again.
Yeah, baby. All right, we got stinker, baby. Now, before I tell you who the stinker is, I'm going to give you your treat.
Okay.
And notice I changed the verbiage from
surprise
to treat.
Yeah, I picked up on that.
Oh my God.
Pass them around the room.
What the?
What a sweetheart.
Oh my God.
And John had just said when he walked in here that he was going to get himself a milkshake when he went home.
This is crazy. Is this a strawberry milkshake?
And I didn't fuck with it.
Really?
I swear to God.
That's not something you usually say when you give somebody food.
I did not Salt Bay pubes into it.
Oh man.
Are we going to
Oh, my God.
suck a little bit and find a dead gerbil in our cup?
Oh no.
I would be like people that are in the bestiality. That's how they celebrate Valentine's Day with strawberry covered gerbils. We're shoving chocolate covered mice into our assholes.
Easter is around the corner. Remember. Thank you, dude.
All right,
That's very sweet.
Yeah.
You're welcome. You deserve it.
You're welcome. Anyway, the killer used to use strawberries to smother his victims to death.
The reason why I chose strawberry milkshakes is because tonight's stinker, Jake.
I'm sorry, Mike.
That's delicious. Thank you.
All right, you good now?
Full grip.
Furman?
Yeah.
All right. Tonight's stinker is a gentleman by the name of Henry Lee Lucas. Yeah. He's a
You know
dandy.
about him? Really?
A.K.A. the Confession Killer, A.K.A. the One-Eyed Drifter. The reason why they refer to him as the Confession Killer is because when he was caught, he started confessing to hundreds of murders, and he claimed that he committed upwards of 3,000 murders.
That can't be
That's
true.
a lot of.
It is not
murders.
true.
Yeah.
And police continued to humor him because some of the shit he was saying,
Just let him confess.
dude,
until he's
it is
dried up.
insane how far they let him take this. But one of the things
Just
that
describing seasons of Looney Tunes cartoons.
John,
Anyway, I got
it
this
isn't
one
that
guy
far
with
off.
TNT.
brick wall painted to look like a highway.
One time I bought a pack of pianos from Costco. That was good for 6 victims.
But dude, one of the ways that they would keep him talking and confessing to murders that he did not commit was by giving him a strawberry milkshake a day.
Damn.
Oh man.
Pretty slick move.
Yeah, you're about to get me talking, bro.
Well, that's the caveat here. Now, the trade-off is you get to enjoy these delicious milkshakes. Now, throughout the course of the episode, I would like each of you to lie to me. I don't give a fuck what you lie to me about, but just make some shit up.
I'll spin a yarn for you.
Make me feel good.
Oh, wait, like compliment you?
Whatever.
Okay.
If it's really nice and it's not true, it's going to be really hurtful. So please choose your words wisely.
Well, yeah, I'll spend the next 30 or so minutes thinking of that instead of listening to you.
Matter of fact, I'm going to change the rules a little bit. I would like each of you to admit to something that you did not do.
Man.
So they would just chill with him for an hour, let him talk, and it was like entertainment for them.
Dude.
Basically.
It went on for over a year. So we'll get to the depth of that. We'll start getting into his backstory now, but like it's very funny how fucking hard he pressed these people and how much he manipulated them, because it was the Texas Rangers who he was able, not the baseball team, the actual law enforcement force. Just picture him sitting there with a fucking full-on baseball team just making up lies.
Arresting Officer Nolan Ryan.
But they created a task force when he was convicted of 11 murders. He definitely committed 3. He got convicted of 11. And then he's like, there's at least 100 more. And then as they begin to humor him and give him what he wanted, he's like, oh, there's even more. So eventually the highest number they got was like, he's like, there's got to be over 3,000 that I killed.
Yeah.
At that point, they're like, all right, maybe we overdid it with the milkshakes.
Too much sugar.
But dude, it got to the point where like they were traveling with him around the country, staying in motels. He loved steaks and he loved strawberry milkshakes. So on a regular basis, he was getting steaks too, in addition to the daily strawberry milkshakes. That's that Nitro Pepsi coursing through my colon right now. Dude, I had a Nitro Pepsi yesterday.
Which brings us to our next sponsor, Nitro Pepsi. Mike, take it away.
That shit is like a fucking NOS tank for your asshole. I haven't decided yet whether I loved it or hated it. I think it's a little mix of both. It's like being in love, you know?
Yeah. He has been burning out that chair pretty good today.
I would do it again, though. Yeah. But I drank one, yes. I did have 2 hot dogs on top of it. I had all of that yesterday around 1 p.m. And by 4 p.m., there was...
You had to strap yourself to your chair.
Dog, there was a Dominican domestic dispute happening in my belly. So, if you're up for that, I would say give that a shot.
I mean, I'm going to look for it as soon as I leave here after that review.
So, it is pretty good. I think I love it. All right. Henry Lee Lucas, Jake. How's your milkshake, buddy?
It's delicious.
Tastes like strawberry?
It does, yeah.
This is my first strawberry milkshake ever. It's fucking
It's good, isn't
great.
it?
I guess now I should admit that I used to dangle Swiss cheese in front of people and try to pay them to jerk me off with the Swiss cheese.
That's what I'm looking for, Jake. Thank you. See, I didn't even have to say anything, and he did it. How about you?
You're going to fucking believe mine when I do it. This
I believe him.
piece of shit. Never mind. Mike believes him. I'm not going to put out anybody's parade.
What? Does that have alcohol in it?
Can we start this over? I put too much Baileys in there.
All right. So this gentleman was born August 23rd, 1936 in Blacksburg, Virginia, which is home, Jake.
I didn't say anything.
Man. Thank God I didn't get you a fucking chocolate milkshake. You would have thrown it back at me. Blacksburg, Virginia is where he was born.
I need a mirror system so I can see Jake's subtleties in his face when you say stuff like that.
Well, it's hard to see the subtleties when he's wearing his white hood.
Damn, Jake.
Damn.
Frying your ass.
I'm going to make a hefty donation to the NAACP after this episode.
Do you know what that stands for, Jake?
What? So Blacksburg, Virginia, you said is where they're okay.
That's where Virginia Tech is.
Oh God, no! Guys, get it together. What the fuck are you doing?
I don't know.
Are you laughing at the? Is he laughing about the Virginia Tech shooting now?
No, yeah, he is. He's making light of the shit. Although the
Jake.
Virginia Tech shooting, one very funny aspect was the newspaper the next day. One picture that many news outlets used was of, I think his name was Cho Sung Wee. He was like, had a tack hammer and he was like this.
I know he's laughing now.
I know what picture you're talking about.
He was standing there with like a tack hammer like this in a threatening manner. But it was just like a random picture he took of himself. It was a selfie.
Yeah.
All right, so this is where Virginia Tech was. So, Henry Lee Lucas grew up in a one-room shack, much like Biggie Smalls. And he lived with his mother, Viola, who was a real pile of dog diarrhea.
So it wasn't all a dream.
It was a nightmare, man. And his father, Anderson.
Who was a fine man,
Cooper.
or also a piece of shit.
Well, I will say this. Well, he was an alcoholic. He worked for the railroad until his accident.
Oh.
He got drunk on the rails, and a choo-choo train ran over his legs.
Oh.
Yeah, so he probably lost use of both of them then.
One very funny thing that I found.
If I may surmise. Did the man never walk again?
He used them as crutches. Actually, Danny, could you double check that the Virginia Tech is in Blacksburg, Virginia? I might have just made that up, but I think I remember.
Does it have
that.
anything to do with the rest of this?
It does not, but I would like for
Okay.
it to be true. All right.
I am going to put money that it's not true.
Okay. So, if it is, all right, cool. So, suck my dick. Actually, I want you to suck on that straw and pretend it's my dick. Can you do that now, please, John, instead of that? That'll count as one of your lies.
All right.
Deeper.
if dudes came nifty 50 strawberry shakes, I'd be bisexual yesterday.
There's only one way to find out, John. All right, so getting back to Henry Lee Lucas, there's got to be guys out there that just have delicious cum.
I knew you were going there. I could see it in your eyes.
Like a top 10 list somewhere on Reddit. Where
That's what I was just about to say.
Like,
there's something on Reddit.
Fucking Gordy Higgins. Chattanooga, Tennessee, which is a place where you wouldn't think has good cum.
Well, there are like methods to, like, I've seen, like, to make it better,
Cum enhancement,
right?
yeah.
Are you talking about like pineapple
Yeah,
juice?
pineapple. I hear
Classic.
pineapple mentioned often, so there has to be more. I just don't know what they are.
That's the only one I've ever heard, so I will drink
Let us know.
milkshake and taste my own make tonight.
Well, Mike is the official cum sniffer. So, have you experimented with this?
One time when I was much younger, I did touch the tip of my tongue to my hand when it had a little bit on it. The consistency was too much for me.
You're not really getting enough of an idea of it if you're just doing a tongue tip. Why don't you take a bigger sip next time?
Just attach a silly straw to his urethra.
All right, for you, John, I will. But getting back to Henry Lee Lucas's dad,
Yes, let's get back to
Anderson Lucas,
Lucas.
got his shit cut off by the railroad choo trolley.
And they probably didn't take care of their employees that well back then, so...
It's funny you say that because one of the very funny local rumors that were circulating was that Anderson deliberately had the train run over his legs for the check.
Yeah, baby, he did get paid.
He did not.
Yowzer. Caught the L. And I ain't talking about the train that cut his legs off either.
What do you think his nickname became around town?
Old, let's tag team this one, Jake. You know, old, Stinky Stump.
I like Stinky Stump.
Stinky Stump, and you fill in the blank.
Stinky
Old
Stump.
Stinky Stump.
Bindlewoods.
Mindlewoods.
That's a good one.
That's what we got for you.
Bindlewoods.
Was that it?
No, his nickname was No Legs. They weren't a very creative lot.
Thinking about saying that first.
Which is infinitely more fucked up than something playful.
No legs.
Oh, never walking again, ass motherfucker.
So was he still like working then?
He was not, dude. He was relegated to a fucking wagon.
Dude.
They put his little ass in a wagon.
Could he get around with his arms in the wagon?
Yeah,
Okay.
but you look like a dickhead.
Well, of course, yeah. They couldn't even get a wheelchair.
No. They're
Never?
poor. They were
Motherfucker died in a wagon?
So he was on the wagon while off the wagon? So you're saying?
Dog.
No, I
Jake-
bet you he
No, that's a great point.
drinking.
He didn't. Before that, he was fucking tearing it up.
Yeah.
His wife would meter out his alcohol. And then it got to the point where she just wouldn't let him have any. So imagine...
She like weaned him off of it?
Yeah. But just to be a bitch, not just because it was good for him.
Yeah.
So his wife, Viola, was a fucking nasty bitch.
Was she a drinker too, or just naturally
I don't even know.
nasty?
Dude, well, she was a prostitute. And she provided her services in the family's one-room shack. Now, there's 9 fucking kids, a husband, and oftentimes her pimp would stay with them, too.
Wow.
Get a fucking teepee or something for the backyard, dude. You can't be doing this in front of the kids.
Yeah, man.
Who would be in the teepee? He's the pimp.
Wouldn't you rather have your own room, even if it's a teepee?
Can you imagine sharing a bunk bed with your mom's pimp?
Rodriguez, you still awake? Oh, speaking of, last night I went to go get ice cream, and I saw a lady there with her 2 kids, and she had on a T-shirt that said, "Overworked and underfucked."
That's such an amazing thing to see in the wild.
You sent us a Bigfoot
That's right, I
picture.
did send it to you, yeah.
It was a blurry photo.
if anybody can clear up photos, I will gladly post this picture in the Patreon.
Please,
because it's difficult to make out what it says, but it said overworked and underfucked.
That's incredible.
Buying ice cream for her kids.
She was. Do you think it was her grandkids by any chance?
Could have been. Does that make it more acceptable?
Yeah, I think walking around
Yeah.
with your mum that
Yeah.
has a shirt that says that, you're gonna be.
Yeah, for some reason, I think it's more acceptable.
Yeah,
All right.
you're gonna
Yeah.
be better off probably
Yeah.
than if it was your mom.
Yeah.
I think she had on camo tights too. Was that in the picture?
No, I
I
don't
don't
think it's
know.
all camo tights.
All right.
Was it digicam? Because it worked. Because you couldn't fucking even see it.
I'm sorry, dickhead. Could you imagine the beating a woman who's willing to wear that shirt in public
Dude,
would impose upon you if she caught you taking a picture of her?
yeah, you were in the danger zone.
I
Yeah,
was.
dude. You risked it all for that.
Dude, I risked a fight with my wife because she's like, all right, let's go. I was like, no, we're standing right here. She's like, what are you talking about? I was like, I can't
were
tell
just
you.
standing, not even next to anything. You're just in the middle of the fucking store, aiming your camera, thinking you're being sneaky.
She gets sense it too.
Dude, it's... Imagine just having to take that person's order and not crack up with that shirt on.
I might not serve her, Jake.
Yeah.
I don't fuck with underfucked. I don't
refuse
fuck with the
serve-
underfucked. And I'll tell you who's not underfucked is Viola Lucas. And she was she charged, I believe, a nickel for her services.
This is in the 40s?
Yes.
Late 30s, 40s?
What's inflation on that, John?
Buddy. Oh, my God. You'd still
If you
be
saw this
under-
bitch, you
under a
believe in
Finsky.
deflation, Jake.
Really?
I haven't
She's-
seen her
she-
either.
Oh.
But I imagine we don't have a fucking Hayden Panettiere or whoever's hot right now.
She hasn't been...
2007, maybe?
Yeah,
2006
dude.
is when Heroes was a show.
right now it's Uncut Jams. That's it. What's her name?
What?
Julia? Uncut
Julia.
Jams.
What is in these milkshakes?
Uncut Jams.
You have no idea what.
I don't.
Get it? Strawberry Jams.
Julia Fox from Uncut Gems?
Yes.
Yeah. You
She's
remember
like-
that clip of her saying, I was Benny Safdie's dudes on Uncut Jams.
No, I've never heard that.
Yeah.
Oh,
Uncut
it was viral
Jams.
for a day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, on top of porking in front of her kids, she took it even further. She took her husband's alcohol away.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine having a husband with no fucking legs, Jake, who sits in a
imagine.
wagon all goddamn
Lieutenant
day.
Dan on New Year's Eve
Yeah.
just watching Forrest fuck.
You know what I'm imagining with a husband with no legs? I'm imagining me wearing a shirt that says overworked and underfucked.
On top of this shit, she hated Henry Lee especially.
Mother of the year.
Yeah. When he was little, there was a 2-year period where she forced him to wear a dress to school and around town. It was people felt so badly for him, and even in those circumstances where everybody's just poverty is through the fucking roof.
Yeah.
People felt so fucking bad for this kid that they got the authorities involved, and there was a court injunction which mandated that she send the kid to school in appropriate clothing.
The government got involved in this dress.
Yes,
wearing.
yes.
Jesus
To
Christ.
indirectly put out a memo.
So he would not have been taken out of the dress had the fucking local authorities gotten
Now, was
involved.
that purely so he would be humiliated, or was it because she didn't have money for pants and his older sister had a dress?
And was it a summer dress or was it?
They have like a spaghetti strap,
He
halter
did
top
look
kind
good.
of thing going on.
He every day he would look in the mirror and do that Will Smith thing. I'll make this shit look good.
You just walk outside and get your ass kicked the whole way to school.
Have to move to Bel Air.
So this poor kid was going to school in a fucking dress. This kid had nothing going for him. Until one day, an uncle of his says, how would you like, I'm thinking about getting rid of one of my mules. Would you like a mule? And he's like, oh my God, I would love to care for something that would love me and I could love it. Of course I would love this mule. So the uncle gives him a mule and he takes it home. He finally has something to care for and that could love him back. His mother finds out he's got the mule. What do you think she does?
Fucks it. Fucks his brains out.
Yeah, she gets him on the pimp's roster.
She blows the mule's head off.
What?
She blows its fucking head
Oh my
off.
fucking god,
It,
dude.
you did a gun motion. It was a gun. It
I
wasn't?
pointed at John, Jake.
Okay.
Thank you. That sucks.
Yeah.
That's a nightmare for PETA to deal with for sure. Let alone the kids' feelings.
Man.
Did the uncle find out about that? That's like hey, I wasn't giving this to you to for target practice. You fucking who?
So he gets his fucking mule's head blown off.
That's the most unfortunate thing you could have said. I can't believe that.
Wait till we get to this next part.
Oh my god, dude.
Shortly thereafter, he's play knife fighting with one of his brothers in the woods.
Oh, God.
The brother accidentally stabs him in his left eye.
This is Henry Roland Gardner. Forgot his name in the middle of it.
Danny, can you take the rest of his milkshake away, please?
I'm like death gripping it.
So then he becomes one-eyed. The one-eyed.
Now it's making sense.
He's starting to put it all together here.
Jake, you should have been a homicide detective. You know, they play good cop, and the good cop goes and gets the lunch. Like, Jake would end up eating it while the guy's still talking. Yeah. That's got to be so hard when you're trying to get a guy to talk, and he's the one with Chick-fil-A.
Oh, man.
And your belly's just growling.
Your Chick-fil-A's out there getting cold.
So he gets stabbed in the fucking left eye. His mom doesn't treat it for a few days.
Jesus.
She sends this poor kid to fucking school with a stabbed eye.
Like the knife's still in it? Just, oh, man.
So he's got a stabbed eye, and eventually they have to take him to the doctor.
The fucking whole
Eventually?
town. The whole town got involved when he was wearing a dress. The teachers didn't do anything when he came with a fucking open eye.
That's
wound?
the teachers are ultimately, I think, the ones who precipitated the medical care.
Okay. They
Right.
didn't have the government send another memo. Hey,
So-
your kid has a knife in his eye.
No more coming to school with a fucked up eye situation, all right? So keep this shit unfucked up.
He's 10 when this happened. So he finally goes to the doctor. They get it treated because it gets infected, and it's a fucked eye that
Yeah.
got stabbed. And eventually, when he's 11, he gets a glass eye.
Damn.
And
I was
his-
hoping he was going to go with the eye patch.
No, he's got a glass eye.
Pirate of
Oh, you know what?
Blacksburg.
I have a picture of this gentleman. Danny, could you pass me the printer papers that are printed out? Oh, thank you, buddy. So I'll give you guys a little reference here. But he got a glass eye, and this is him. Pass those around the room, please.
What year is this? 70s?
That was probably taken during the 80s.
Wow, the picture on the right looks like he's on The Office.
His eye isn't that fucked up for the circumstance.
Yeah, it doesn't really look too bad, but you can
I
tell
didn't know
that
these were the
he's
same
got the
picture,
wonky
sorry.
eye.
Yeah. And he has a shirt on that says, Jesus, the real rock.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yeah.
Christian rock giveaway. He came across one of those tables outside of like Gennardi's, and
This guy looked fucked up.
So his life is totally fucked. He's got a missing eye. His mule got his fucking head blown off. He's had to dress like a lady.
Yeah, he's down.
Aerosmith is writing songs about him.
He's down low right now. He'll have to do some heinous shit for me to get mad at him at this point.
I know. Oh, you're gonna like this guy.
I'm
Well-
not gonna get too mad at him. How many actual people did he murder? Like, what's the real number?
At least 3.
Okay.
All right. Probably he was convicted of 11. Probably killed a lot more.
he was convicted of 11, but you're saying at least 3?
Yeah, because he would just admit to murders upon murders just to get
Okay.
different.
3 of them are confirmed, but he might have gotten fucked on
So, like,
11 by
Yeah.
his own false admission.
Well, I will say this: all right, there's one that he absolutely, without a doubt, there's damning evidence against him.
What do you leave the glass eye in their mouth?
There's two we'll get to where it's like he did this shit,
Okay.
and it's like you could probably there's a case for proving otherwise potentially, but he did it.
Okay.
All right, and then the other ones, he knew enough about the crime scenes, about the injuries to the victim, where it was difficult not to believe him.
You know, I've committed murder, Mike.
Where did you do that, Jake?
In the woods.
Oh, I'm so glad you bring up the woods. You know what else Henry Lee Lucas liked to do in the woods?
Jerk off.
Even better.
Not murder animals.
He liked to murder the animals, and he fucked them.
Damn. Okay. All right. Okay, here we go.
So yeah, aside from the rape, murder, and animal fucking, he was a pretty likable guy.
Yeah, pretty likable so far.
What kind of animals?
Anything he could find.
Yeah. It sounds
like a
like
squirrel?
just a normal guy in his 20s.
Dan, anything, man. Anything that you
Anything
could
you
find in the fucking woods of Virginia,
Yeah.
this motherfucker was trapping
The Blair
and
Witch.
fucking. Man. Can you imagine if you're like, you know how old dudes like to leave porn in the woods for kids? What if like you're an old man who's going to drop off some porn and he's like, you kids need little, and you see him fucking squirrel.
He still has a raccoon on his dick.
We're good, mister, thanks.
There was a guy in my neighborhood growing up, like right in the woods right behind us. What?
He lived there?
I don't know where he lived. He wasn't like homeless, but he was a fucking crazy guy.
Yeah.
And we used to say that he fucked animals, but we don't have any proof of that.
Did he just look like an animal fucker?
I stopped him one time from fucking a local sheep.
What?
Wait, seriously?
Wow,
Yeah.
John. I like this. I'm getting milkshakes for you every week.
Yeah, there was one sheep in the neighborhood and one weirdo that tried to fuck it, and I always shoot him away.
Thank you.
Yeah, wait.
Thank you for being honest.
You're welcome. Totally honest. And I think I did it the right way.
That was good.
Okay.
Good first lie.
I am so confused. Did you or did you not?
He did.
That's the kind of shit I'm bringing to the
Jake.
table, Jake. Did
Wait, I
you or
thought-
did you not
Jake,
shit?
I'm
I
a
thought-
Texas Ranger. My word is final. And I believe him.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Reminds me of the time that I was unbelievable.
So yeah, he liked fucking animals in the woods.
Man.
So he, instead of blowing these animals' heads off, he was just blowing them.
Yes, Jake.
I wonder if
He was performing a little cunnilingus. Do I need a raccoon's pussy, John? Could you imagine? Do you think a raccoon would like that if you held it down and trapped it and ate its pussy? You just got to be like, oh, for fuck's sake, I guess.
Dude, have you ever seen those videos of like when a deer gets its legs stuck in like a barbed wire fence and people try to rescue it?
I don't
And
Google
how
that
much
kind
they
of shit,
freak
Jake.
out? No, it's just me. Yeah, you have.
yes, yeah.
You would see it on the farm with the sheep.
How you'd know this wild animal would be so crazy and
Yeah.
ferocious that you'd be hard pressed to even get your mouth anywhere near its pussy. Is what you're trying to say?
That's what I'm trying. Yes, that's where I'm trying to go with this.
Yeah, if you're gonna eat an animal's pussy, you got to set a certain type of mood. You can't just take its shorts off.
I'd be covered in deer urine.
All right, so we covered.
So he fucked a bunch of animals.
All right.
And was this just by admission on his part, or did he ever get caught in the act? Is there any real proof of this?
So there are. Listen, a lot of what I got came from this book, Ryan Green's "Trust Me," which is a very fun book. Ryan Green writes a lot of like very fun stuff about the people we cover.
Okay.
So
Keeps it light. I like that.
well, I would say
Shout out to Ryan Green.
yeah, he throws in a lot of very interesting details. So you could sift through a lot to get through some very funny shit. And he mentions that he spoke to people around town, and he had fucking 8 siblings. So I think loose lips sink ships, right, Jake?
That's right.
So I'm going to say this animal fucking, it got around town.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, there's not much going on in towns like that, so when you get something like that, you're talking about it, you know?
He's like, yeah, I got a girlfriend, but she's hibernating.
She's hibernating in California. So at this point, he's becoming a full-blown alcoholic, too, and he's still a child. By 1952, he gets popped for burglary, and he goes away to a juvenile detention center for a year. 16 at this point. Doesn't have anything going for him. Gets out, does a year. In 1954, he gets arrested for burglary again, and he gets sentenced to 6 years in prison.
What's he burgling? General, serious question.
Raccoon shacks.
That's a very steep sentence for burglary, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like not even threatening anybody.
Well, I don't know, man. Because, I mean, it is the fucking backwoods.
Yeah.
So God knows what they know, and, you know, who knows how fucking strict they are with shit around there. And I think it may just be a case of they know he's up to no good.
Yeah.
And I would guess that by some of the shit that he admitted to, and also by the fact that he ends up running away with a special needs 15-year-old, that he's probably doing even more fucked up shit to people. And it's not just relegated to animals.
That's the plot from What's Eating Gilbert's Grape.
1959, he gets out, and he's like, all right, I got to change my ways. His older sister, Opal, lives in... Jake, what are you laughing
funny.
about?
It's just like, that's the moment he has that realization. It wasn't when he was fucking the animals.
Yeah. When your balls are smacking off of a fucking turtle shell.
He just put his hand over the turtle's mouth.
You think you hold onto the shell to pump even harder, Jake?
His mom makes turtle soup one night and he's just crying as he eats it. I miss you, Shelly.
Yeah, the neck on a turtle shell is like your wife's hair. You can really fucking...
Just come on its shell.
So he contacts his sister Opal, who lives in Tecumseh, Michigan, which is southwest of Detroit.
I didn't do it. I'm just listening.
She's like, yeah, come live with me. That's fine. He goes to live with her. Now, when he was in for...
Just do me a favor. Don't touch my fucking cats, all right?
Yeah. While he's in jail the last time for the 5-year stretch, he's corresponding with a lady in a pen pal relationship. So this lady, Stella, who he had been corresponding with, he hits her up. They eventually start dating. She comes out to Tecumseh, Michigan, and they develop a relationship, and they end up getting engaged. At their engagement party, which may even be on Christmas in 1959 or 60.
Hold on. Who is an engagement party on Christmas? That's insane.
Somebody that's already having people over and it's like, well,
Somebody-
I'm not buying a bottle of wine
Yeah.
twice, all right?
Okay, that's fair. Yeah. You put
Granted, Jake, this is a man who has fucked animals. So they're having it at a bar. And this sounds like something out of a movie. But they're having this engagement party at a bar. And things are going as well as they've ever went for Henry Lee Lucas.
Nice.
Engagement party's in full swing. However, something throws a severe monkey wrench into it. What do you think happens?
Some old slutty raccoon that he used to fuck walks in, starts spreading his business.
Yeah, you put an emphasis on the monkey part, so there has to be a monkey involved in this.
Some coontang from his past came strutting through that door. No, his mother appears.
What?
Whoa.
His mother finds out he's living with his sister in Michigan, and she crashes the fucking engagement party.
Damn.
And she starts laying into his fiance.
How did she find out? Like one of the animals you were fucking told me.
Didn't you ever see Guardians of the Galaxy? They talk, Jake.
Only the one talks, right? Why didn't you say Dr. Doolittle?
Yes, that would have been a Much more updated reference.
Sorry. Yes.
Oh wait, you were talking about the new one with Robert Downey Jr. That is nowhere near.
Doolittle. Yes.
His mom shows up. He starts laying into the fiance. On top of that, too, she tells the fiance all the fucked up shit about him fucking animals, him dressing as a girl when he was little.
The thing that you forced him to do. Jesus Christ.
And on top of that, too, the mom whips Stella's ass at the party. So
How
you get
is
your
she
ass
not getting her ass thrown out the second she starts mouthing off?
This is a bar on Christmas. Odds are there's no fucking decorum.
Ebenezer Scrooge walks in. You get him out of there. He's a bummer. This lady's being a real fucking bummer.
I agree with you on that. So she whips the fiance's ass, and then the dust settles, and she's like, all right, the reason why I came here is...
I didn't even come here to beat your ass. I actually came here for this.
Yeah. The mega touch.
Yeah, I came here for quarter draft night. But she came there because her health was declining, and she wanted Henry Lee Lucas to come back to fucking Blacksburg, Virginia, to take care of her.
That lady got her ass beat by an ailing woman.
Yeah, unfortunately.
I think that night she was a wailing woman.
Damn, Jake.
All right, I'm sorry.
You had to do it to him.
Ferman.
But anyway, they go back to the sister's house, and his sister's at work during the night. So the only people at the house are Henry Lee Lucas and his mother, Viola. During the argument, Viola hits Henry Lee Lucas with a broomstick. One thing I would like to add is that during his childhood, he had a severe head injury. The mother hit him with a fucking 2x4 over the head.
Oh my God, dude.
He was
Like
in a
hacksaw.
Yeah, she's like a fucking WWE heel.
That's Hacksaw Mom Duggan fucking cracked this motherfucker over the skull. He was in a coma for about a day and a half, and the mother was accusing him of playing dead. Before
Just slapping him in the face for a day and a half. Wake up. You're fucking... Stop playing.
dude, it was her pimp that said we should probably take this kid.
Oh my God.
You know how fucked up a kid's got to be for a pimp to say we need to do something.
Wow.
But that's what happened. They took him, and
Did he provide medical coverage for his mother? Like, like health insurance?
what, the pimp?
Yeah.
No, buddy. Unfortunately, not.
He's like, I'm not paying for this.
So he's got the severe head injury. That
Did
was,
the dad die yet? Or is he
dad
still
did die.
Making his way to Michigan in
My
that
bad.
wagon.
He got ran over by a train again.
He got run over by a trained deer. All right, 1949. The father, it's debatable as to whether it was intentional or unintentional. It could have been intentional because he's like, I'm sick of this shit. I don't have legs, and my wife is porking guys for nickels. So during a blizzard, he climbed out. He climbed out of his wagon, made his way outside, and he ended up staying out there overnight, and he died of hypothermia.
Oh, man.
That's some G shit right there, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Face the elements.
Mm-hmm.
Take me from this cruel world.
Mm-hmm. Bury me in a smaller coffin. You could probably get in a baby-sized coffin.
Yeah,
if you
you're
get your
definitely
shit chopped
saving
off.
a couple bucks on
Uh-huh.
that.
Dude, that's maybe 4 dancing African pallbearers at most.
I honestly think 3 of them could handle it.
Imagine being the third wheel of the pallbearer.
Yeah.
Would you do it like a trike? Like
One guy
2 in
up
the front,
front,
1 in the back?
two in the back.
Oh, yeah, okay. 1 in the front. All right.
All right, so that was like a little flashback, right?
Yeah.
Where up to date is he's at home with only his mom. She beats him with a broomstick.
He's arguing with his mom in his sister Opal's house. The mom hits him with a broomstick. Now, I don't know if at this point...
I'm like really rooting that the mom is the first murder victim.
Well, you're due for a big payoff, buddy.
Yes.
She hits him with the broomstick, and he fucking loses his shit. He says that he hit her, and he didn't know the knife was in his hand.
Where the fuck did the knife come from?
Well, yeah, it's a good question. But either way, he has a knife in his hand, and he swings on his mom, and he stabs her in the neck.
Oh my God.
Jeez.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
I wish that was it.
Well, the best part yet is she did not die immediately.
Jesus Christ.
It
She
took
went
her a
to
few days to
school.
die.
No one said anything.
She had to go to school in a dress.
Yeah.
All right. That feels pretty victorious.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So this motherfucker's committing matricide.
And he didn't have any qualms. Like, he didn't feel bad after that,
He
even
did.
though she took days to
But
die. Really?
He stole a car and he drove back to Virginia that night.
Left the mom there.
Yeah, I don't know why he drove back to Virginia, but I think like he thought he was going to be in trouble with his mom more so than the police.
God, yeah.
You know, because this is the effect that this lady had on him. So he drives all the way back to Virginia, and he's just like, all right, I got to go back and, you know, face the music. Ends up hitchhiking back to fucking Michigan after that. Gets arrested. He gets charged with second-degree murder because the lady does die. And he's sentenced to 40 years in prison.
Whoa.
Yeah. Wait. Because of prison overcrowding, he only does 10. So he's out in 1970.
Talking about the right
shit.
place, the right time.
Speaking of, Ferman, you're due for a lie.
Oh, man. I killed my mother.
How did you do it?
I slingshot.
Jake, that's terrible. How are you going to feel if your mom dies in a slingshot accident now?
Like amusement park slingshot or?
Was she next to DMX passing out?
It was out of the back pocket. So, yes, it was an amusement park slingshot.
I'm sorry for your loss.
Thank you.
Damn, this motherfucker committed matricide too.
Yeah.
Y'all-
Love you,
I
love
never-
you, Ma.
I never told you I committed matricide a few times. I'm talking about pissing the bed. I'll be killing mattresses.
I never heard matricide. That's killing your own mother.
Yeah, it's killing your mama.
You gonna drink that milkshake? I'm just kidding.
done?
No.
Yeah, he is.
We're getting pretty
Don't
close.
now. This is the lie I don't want. Dude, I see how light that cup is,
Dude.
Jake.
If anybody's watching this, they could make this a drinking game. How many times I've taken a sip? You would be legally dead right now.
All right, so at this point, he gets out in 1970. He goes right back in because he tries to kidnap 3 children.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, there was a group of schoolgirls just walking. He's like, all right, I'm going to try to kidnap these kids. He gets caught doing that.
On foot?
No, he
He had a
no, in his
lasso.
dad's wagon.
Well, he fucking hitchhiked back to Michigan in the last thing we heard before he went to prison. So
He's always got a set of wheels on him. That's one thing about Henry Lee.
that's crazy. This guy's been fucking poor and half retarded
What
his whole
Mike
life.
means is he had his father's wheelchair.
So he ends up going to jail for 5 years. Now, when he's in jail
God damn.
for these kidnappings, when he's in jail, this motherfucker be pen palling. He links up with a lady named Betty Crawford. So this reminds me, I think we should start communicating with prisoners.
Jesus.
Better yet, I think it would be funnier if we catfish them into thinking we were going to start a relationship with them when they got out.
I used to do that growing up.
What?
Yeah, a couple times I would write to prisoners in the state penitentiary for Delaware, Smyrna.
Okay.
Some
Wow.
some wild shit went down there a few years ago. One of the dudes that was charged with murdering the cell guy was with the guy that I used to write with. Yeah, Big Jacob Balls was his name, and
Wow.
yeah. We used to be cool. I got my one time I got covered for him. I did 5 years for him.
Oh, man.
You just 5 years in the pen?
When you were catfishing, were you pretending to be a male or female? Were you catfishing dudes, ladies?
I
question,
purposely
Danny Dubs.
kept pronouns out of it. I never addressed my my sexual orientation or gender.
How would you describe yourself? 5'10", beautiful
Gelatinous.
eyes.
How would you describe Alex Mack when she turns into the liquid?
Gelatinous. Yeah.
Just a shapeless, shifting amoeba is how I thought I looked. Yeah. Anyway, that was 7th grade for me.
Thank you, John. Thank you for letting us know that, man.
Yeah,
I appreciate
for sure.
that.
For sure.
You would probably charge a pretty good rate in prison.
To get fucked?
Dog, look at your hair and your eyes.
You'd have so many cigarettes.
Damn, dude. Imagine if my life just became smoking a pack of cigarettes while I get fucked in the ass all day.
You have a crown of cigarettes around your head.
I imagine that does feel good, though. Like, as awful as you must feel being in prison and just knowing you're going to be there for years on years.
Being wanted would...
Yeah, like a Crip saying, let me see that smile. That's got to feel good sometimes.
If you're doing 5 years, how long into your sentence do you think you turn around and
5
you,
years?
If you're doing if you're doing 5 years,
That's what he's doing there.
At what point in your sentence do you think you just accept it and be like, it's probably easier if I stopped fighting it off and just become a a cell block
A booty boy.
slut?
It's funny you bring that up now because within the next few minutes, we're going to get into a hot and heavy homosexual relationship that he has.
Whoa.
And it's not in prison.
Whoa.
He may have been busting it down in the cell block.
Uh-huh.
But when...
Yeah, sounds like he got fucking turned the fuck out. He came out gay, bro.
Dude, could you imagine what a commodity you must be if your eye could come out of your fucking head?
Oh my god, dude.
Just giving an eye job.
London Bridge turns into a tripod on that one, you know? three at a time.
Dude, while you're getting your eye socket fucked, the guy's trying to be nice. He's like, oh, God, you're so tight, babe.
Oh my god, dude.
Thank you. So, so he's got a pen pal named Betty Crawford, and when he gets out, he goes and shacks up with Betty Crawford, and in 1975, they're married. Now, this is very fucked up because Betty has 3 daughters from a previous relationship. And Ferman, you're right on the money with that growl that you just did, baby. Hit me with that again, Ferman.
Sorry, that was for John's milkshake.
You can have it.
So this motherfucker, unfortunately, he molested at least one of the kids. Probably all 3. And the kids tell the mom, and eventually they all confront Henry Lee. And they said, listen, we're not taking this shit anymore. We're done with this shit. Henry Lee just takes the fuck off.
So it's like an intervention for molesting, it sounds like.
Yes, Jake. That's what it was.
And they sent him to rehab.
But he ran away.
He did.
That's rehab as far as they're concerned.
And ironically, he goes down to Florida.
Wow.
Yeah, so you're pretty good on that one. He goes down to Florida, and at a soup kitchen, he falls in love with a gentleman. I've heard this gentleman's
What
name.
side of the soup is he on?
He's holding the ladle.
The Minestrone. They're both there. They're both consumers.
Okay. And even people who eat at the soup kitchen will also work there as well, right? They'll be serving.
I
I
will
know
say
people
this.
volunteer, but I also think they get homeless to help them, right?
I don't know, man. I will say this because I do. I volunteered once at a soup kitchen, and everyone who was volunteering seemed to be people that had some means. I don't think anybody that was eating that night was helping out at all.
Okay. I didn't know if it was like if you stay there.
That does make
you
sense,
know,
though.
Yeah. Help out the next day kind
Were
of
there
thing.
any hot guys there?
At my soup kitchen?
Yeah, did you fall in love over a ladle?
I did not. Although there was one point where I did it with my wife, and I felt as though there was one point where there was a table full of younger guys. I felt as though they might have been like on the verge of hitting on my wife, because my wife's an attractive lady, and I saw them like getting each other's attention to like look at her. So I went over and introduced myself, and they were very cool at that point. Mm-hmm. I think it set in. It's like, yeah, you can't be harassing when you're a recipient at a soup kitchen.
Yeah.
Like, you need to fucking humble yourself a little bit.
Were they like, was it around here, obviously, right?
Kensington.
Okay, yeah, so you were in the heart of it. These are college-age kids probably, right?
I would say, like, these guys were probably in their
20s.
30s. But I don't know, man. When you're in the fucking heroin, you know,
Yeah, you start to,
20's the new 30,
yeah.
you know. How you making out that milkshake, Jake?
Oh, man, it's so good. I used to do heroin.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I never knew that about you.
Well, it got pretty wild back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What's some of the crazier things you've done for heroin?
Oh, man.
I imagine like you didn't call it heroin. You probably had a fancy nickname for it.
I used to call it, Mama's Milk. That's what I used to call it.
And how often would you need to
I've
suckle
heard
the
that.
teat?
Oh, that teat. I was flicking that teat like a gerbil just got off the wheel.
Like a gerbil at a Richard Gere concert. Getting passed around like a gerbil.
Yep. Finally, I said, that's enough Mama's Milk for me.
Well, thank you for sharing, Jake. Dog, but I've heard this guy's name pronounced two separate ways. I've heard it pronounced Otis Tool and Otis Tool. There's two T's in his name, so I'm going to refer to him as Otis.
Okay.
All right, does that sit well with you guys?
Yeah.
Sure.
All right.
I can handle it.
No way.
So he bonds with Otis. They have a lot in common. They've both experienced significant sexual trauma as children. And on top of that, too, both Henry Lee and Otis were both forced to dress as girls as children.
Wow.
Is that how they bonded? Like, talking about that?
Yeah, I'm sure that was part of it, man.
Yeah.
And Otis had a very, not that Henry Lee didn't, but Otis had a very fucked up backstory. Like, his dad would have friends over to play cards, and they would drink all night. And his dad would...
His dad's got his arms cut off by a fucking train. So we're the exact opposite end of my dad got cut off.
The dad would pass Otis around to his friends. Like, he would rent him out for these men to use sexually.
Where was he from originally? Did you say that?
Florida. Now, on top of this, too, Otis was a serial killer as well. Like, what are the odds of two serial
That's
killers finding
insane.
one another?
And falling in love.
Dude,
Did they perform any of this together? Any of the murders?
I don't know if they were convicted of the same murders,
Clyde and Clyde.
but I would say that's a good possibility. They both claimed, like, they were both really good liars. And there's a Netflix documentary, I think it's called The Confession Killer, about Henry Lee Lucas. It's like 5 parts, and one of the parts is about his relationship with Otis Toole. You hear them speaking because there are times where they're able to be interviewed together after Henry Lee gets caught and Otis gets caught for his crimes. They're in the room together for the purpose of potentially gaining information which would help solve cold cases.
Yeah.
They're doing like improv exercises. Like, it's clear they're making this shit up. It's like, hey, if I admitted to doing blah, 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 would you say that that's accurate? And they'd be like, yes, I do remember you doing blah, 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 blah.
On camera in front of the investigators?
I believe this one was audio,
Okay.
but I wouldn't doubt if it was also
But they were in the
videotaped.
room with these people.
Yeah.
Knowingly.
Wow.
Yeah. They claim, too, that they were a part of... damn, what the fuck was the name of their cult? Can you look this up real quick? It's Dan. It's Henry Lee Lucas, Otis Toole cult. I think it's called the Hand of God, or the Hand of Death, maybe.
Was it prominent?
No, it was something they made up, I believe.
Yeah, they
Oh,
didn't
is
have
Now,
Okay.
this was at the time too. Like last week with Anton LaVey, we talked about Satanic Panic. I think that they knew that this would gain them more attention because they were both fueled by this attention.
Hand of death.
All right. They claimed that they would receive messages from the devil. In this book, too, the book starts off... This is very funny. The book starts off with the story that they told, which was explicit directions from the devil calling them on a payphone. They say they're waiting on the side of the road in the middle of nowhere, butt fucking in the street.
My God.
And then the phone rings, and they answer it, and it's the devil telling them where to go and who to kill.
This sounds like
What
a
co-
fucking awesome movie.
What kind of was this? What kind of street was this? Was it a one-way street or was it a? All right, I'm sorry.
It was a cold ball sack.
Yeah, this sounds like a messed up version of Bill and Ted's.
Yeah, I do picture just the payphone being lit up as they're butt fucking on the side of the road with no traffic coming by. I have a very clear visual of this.
Yeah, I think
If a
this-
movie started
yeah.
that way, I would watch it no matter how long it was.
I think this was a 10-10-3-2-1 commercial.
Is that Mike Piazza?
So these two are really fucking hitting it off. Like, another fucking very strange element is that Otis is legally retarded.
And a serial killer.
And
The
a butt
talent.
fucker.
Triple threat.
And a soup eater. So he ends up committing. Otis gets convicted of murders in both Texas and Florida.
John, you like soup too, right? You're a soup guy.
I love soup, and this is sincere, Jake.
Yes. No, I know.
Oh, soup's incredible. I wish there was a place just for soup year round. Not Whole Foods, but an actual restaurant.
Just soup.
Yeah.
Panera has soups.
I don't.
You're not fucking with them.
Did I
There's a
just
place called
fucking say just soup?
Jesus Christ, Mike?
What about crackers?
You're not allowing any bread. No half a sandwich with
Yeah.
tomato
No, man.
soup. Sandwiches and soup go together, Mike.
Well,
I'm not a tomato soup guy myself.
I'm talking about soup in the strictly biblical sense.
And I'm trying to tell you, a place like this already exists. It's called Zoop,
Where the fuck is Zoop?
Delaware.
I swear to God, if this is a milkshake lie,
This would be so messed up.
I'm going to kill my wife.
I'll take you there tonight. It'll be closed, but we'll look at it.
All right.
I used to work there.
No,
John.
you did not.
I used to work at Zoop.
You worked at Zoop?
I swear to God, dude. Yeah. You know how I got fired from there?
You didn't say Zoop?
Well,
You had to.
I had.
Were you dealing?
No, I was just fucking stoned one day, and I was taste testing, and I put a thing in and put it in my mouth and put it back in the thing, and I got
Oh,
caught.
no.
Busted by a real fucking dickhead.
Somebody
of a
wrote a
customer.
review about that.
He did,
And it
yeah.
was brought to light recently.
I was probably somebody that was looking out for the general public. Had everybody's best interest at heart. Knew consequences would hit him. Knew he would be face scorn and ridicule.
I think he's a snitch, rat, piece of shit, stool pigeon, butt fucking asshole.
How do you guys feel right now? This is insane. You've like met your nemesis.
Oh,
here.
wait, you did that. Oh, yeah. Anyway, that's the story of me getting fired from Zoop, the restaurant that only serves soup.
Did they serve lobster bisque?
You're fucking right, they did, Jake.
All right. I wasn't sure if bisque was like in the next, like a upscale Zoop. You know?
No, they did open a rival restaurant next door called Zisk. Stay the fuck out
That's
of
a
this one, Jake.
milkshake lie. That's a milkshake lie.
All right, let me ask you this before we move on.
Okay.
Do you guys have a favorite soup? Mm-hmm. What is it?
Clam chowder.
Oh, wow.
New
wow.
England. None of that red shit.
I say lobster bisque. That's probably my favorite. How about you?
What's
I
yours?
do. I would say that I love Italian wedding soup the most.
That's probably one of the soups I've had the least.
Really? Do you
Yeah.
like it?
It's not bad.
Yeah. I have considered. I make my own soups from time to time, and I
Do you
make a
really?
mean Italian divorce soup. You only get half of the meatball.
Comes in half a bowl, just spills out as soon as you ladle it.
It's really messy.
All right, where were we?
Is they served cold?
Oh, I gotta ask. So, is Henry Lee not considered retarded?
I think he's average intelligence.
Even after
'Cause
the
By our
extreme
standards, like you would
concussion.
probably be like, "Yeah, this dude is."
Because it was tough to tell during that documentary, during the interviews. I'm like, he looks the part.
Yeah. Yes. I'm looking at kind of a slothy guy here.
Yeah.
you
Look
know?
at this. I got a picture of them together. Pass these around the room, please. They're in love. You can
Oh
tell.
my god, that's like a. Is this from one of those photo booths? That's what this looks like.
This was from my sister's wedding, Jake.
And And you're saying only one of these guys is retarded.
Hey,
This looks like just a couple guys. I could see them walking together anywhere, and I would not assume they were gay. I would be like, that's nice that two old retards hang out. And keep each other company.
all right.
This looks like the front row of every comedy show. Just kidding. I'm just kidding.
I'll tell you what, he keeps his mustache tight, though, dude. That's
It
a
is
nice
good looking,
chevron
man.
he's got going
Yeah.
on.
Yeah, I would say one's legally retarded, one's illegally retarded. But they are not putting anything from IKEA together. We'll leave it at that, Jake. Just pieces everywhere. Some in the microwave, some in the oven, some in the cat litter box.
And I hired someone to build IKEA furniture for me from TaskRabbit,
Oh, dude, those are murderers.
and a retarded guy showed up.
And how long did it take him?
He's still doing it.
You left him at your house?
Did he put it together correctly?
Ish.
Yeah.
Ish.
I looked into that because we got a set of drawers for one of my kids, and it took me forever to put the previous set of drawers together. So I'm like, fuck it, I'll go on TaskRabbit. The first name I saw was a guy named Crucifixio. And I was like, this guy clearly just got out.
He's
on
got
fucking
fixed
murder.
rate in his name, buddy. You know he can do it. Was he a handyman? Well,
Manuel, the crucifix here.
Did you hire
Can
him?
we fix it? See. No, I didn't. I
You went with a guy named Mike. I think that's my name.
I hired a lady who did a great job.
You hired a lady?
You know the ladies that come to clean your house naked? They'll put things together for you too, Jake.
Good to know.
No, but yeah, just a friend of a friend.
Can you build my son's bike?
No, but a friend of a friend was kind enough to say that
Okay.
she was willing to do it. She put it together, did a great job.
Nice.
that's great.
Thank you. All right, so Henry Lee moves in with Otis Toole and his family.
Whoa,
Yeah, it's
his
really
family
picking up.
being like his.
He's not married or
brothers,
anything.
sisters,
Yeah,
and
like
parents?
his parents. Yeah.
Okay.
Now on top of that too, Otis Toole's niece Becky Powell lives with them, and
Okay.
at the time where fucking Henry Lee moves in, she's 9, and she's also a couple bananas short of a split.
She walked right into that spider's web, didn't she, Mike?
Ken, this girl's obviously about to be sexually assaulted. Let's take it easy.
You think that's what happened?
I'm assuming.
Well, yeah, I mean Henry Lee ends up taking advantage of her, and he
Oh.
claims her as his wife when she's fucking 15.
Oh, okay, that's the girl. You alluded to this earlier.
Yeah. So she's
And-
15
But now he is in his 30s, 40s.
Yeah, so this is 1980. Yeah, he's
He's
mid
almost
40s,
50.
mid 40s. Yeah.
Yeah.
In 1982, this.
I thought it was when he was like fucking a kid when you said this earlier that he was with a.
Oh no! He's
He's in love.
statutory raping this kid.
How? I mean, back then there were songs about like making this okay. Just throwing that out there.
Oh yeah. Well, Henry Lee and Jerry Lee.
Oh wow! Didn't even.
Something. There's also something like, yeah, Lee. The middle name Lee might have something to do with it, but uneven eyes, I promise you, is the mark of the diddler.
Oh man, do I have uneven eyes?
Take your
Don't-
well, your
no.
glasses are at least uneven.
Yeah, they're always crooked. I can't. I don't know. Yeah, it's a problem.
But that's something I stand by is that diddlers always have uneven eyes.
God, I hope my eyes are even. That's what everyone listening right now is thinking. God, I hope my eyes are even.
In 1982, Becky's mom and grandmother die, same year. So I think the grandmother died of cancer and the mom killed herself. So Becky's left to be institutionalized. So she's sent to a state home for orphans. Henry Lee convinces her to elope with him. She takes off, and they fucking hit the. They're all over the place.
Where's Clyde in this? I forgot his real name. The other guy,
Otis.
Otis.
they leave him behind, and he's fucking pissed.
Yeah, like, I mean, he just got left for a newer model of a different type of car.
He says that he was so angry that they left him that's what kind of was like the starter for a murder spree that he went on. I think he admits to
Whoa.
killing.
He hadn't murdered anybody at that point.
I don't know if he hadn't murdered anybody, but he says that because they left him, he killed like 9 people in a year or something like that.
Yeah, and you think that's
I can believe that.
tall
Yeah.
tales,
Did
or-
they leave him, or did he get stuck in a corn maze somewhere?
Dude, I actually saw a fat child get stuck in a maze one time. It was at Linvilla Orchards, and it was a difficult maze to get out of. It's no place for a fat kid.
I know what maze you're talking about. I've made it through.
It was a Halloween maze, and this large, might be the largest boy I've ever seen. He was wearing a NASCAR shirt that said "Rubbin' is racing,"
Amazing. Oh God.
Should have been on his shorts.
and you could he could not find his way out. You could just hear him screaming. And at one point, he's calling for his mom, and she's trying to she's like, follow my voice, but she's not getting any closer to finding him.
That's not helping you.
Right, yeah. And then eventually this kid just starts screaming, I'm going to dehydrate.
And obviously she was holding his soda.
Pepsi Nitro.
So they get taken in. So they hit the road. Eventually they settle in Texas, and they get taken in by a woman named Kate Rich who feels bad for them. She's like, look, I'll give you a place to live. I'll give you some work. So Henry Lee,
Is he breaking the law by getting her out of this institution?
Oh,
and,
dude, yeah. I mean, it's essentially kidnapping.
Yes, this is.
And
he's on the
plus, like,
lam,
he's-
essentially.
I mean, she's 15, so this is rape,
Yeah.
you know? But I wonder who was left to kind of like follow up on this shit, considering she's got very little family. What family she does have,
Yeah.
they're mentally diminished.
Yeah.
And it's just they're just left to the state home that she was supposed to be in, reporting her. But I know that she had previously escaped from the way it was described sounded more like a juvenile hall than a caretaking place.
Okay.
So I think they might have just viewed her as just like a problem child, even though she was intellectually disabled.
And you could just kind of fall through the cracks, and if you're not
Yeah.
there one day, it's like, well, whatever.
I could easily picture that being
Yeah,
the case.
nobody's going to be like, hey, we're missing subject room 302.
Right.
Do they go by numbers or do they go by names in
The Delaware's area.
In retard world.
You know, Mike, I was in a juvenile hall. That's
Actually, do they go by colors? Purple.
That's true. We did go by colors. The juvenile.
Jake,
hall.
how rough was that for you?
Oh yeah, I
So
forgot.
rough.
I didn't know you went to juvie.
Yeah, it was a long time. I didn't put away my toys a lot, and finally they called me on it. And
His cellmate was a famous rapper, John. Did you know that about
His cellmate? No, who was it?
Lil Yachty.
I heard of him. Yeah,
Yeah, he's pretty cool.
I know him from Sprite commercials.
Ah, he quenches your thirst.
him? Now, Jake, before he blow up, was it true that he went by a little tugboat?
Yeah, it is true. He would make little tugboat sounds. Toot toot.
He would do that in jail.
It was juvie hall, but yeah,
Juvie hall.
yeah.
Who was bottom bunk?
I was for safety concerns.
And he'd be on top of you. Would you?
No, not on his own bunk.
Yeah, but that's where he'd be doing his tugboat noises. I'm sorry, I don't want to put words in your mouth. You continue your.
No, that was it.
That's it.
That was the
nothing
whole
else.
thing.
How long were you there for?
19 years.
Jake just got out the month we started this podcast. But eventually, they get kicked out of Kate Rich's house because they're stealing checks from her and writing them to themselves. She kicks them out, and Henry Lee and Becky go to live on a Pentecostal commune. So they have a cabin there. He's doing roofing work for this commune. And
Just fucking their roof up.
The Branch Davidians.
And on August 24th, 1982, he and Becky get into a heated argument. out in the middle of nowhere. He takes her out to this field and he stabs her and he kills her.
Oh my God. She's not even an adult yet.
No, she's 15.
This was all while she was still 15.
Yeah, buddy.
Man. That's... Guess the honeymoon phase was over.
Jake.
That's just...
Ferman,
It's
I
terrible.
should say.
Within 3 weeks, he contacts Kate Rich again, and he says, look, I know we've had some issues, but Becky's missing, and I need help finding her.
Wow.
Now, when they lived together, Kate Rich said that Becky referred to her as grandmom, so she has a natural affection for her.
Yeah.
She's like, all right, fine, I'll come help you, you fucking googly.
Where was he for that 3 weeks? Sorry, I interrupted your googly-eyed slam. Was he just living in his car for 3 weeks, basically?
No, he was still at the commune.
Okay.
He says that when he killed her... Wait, no, this is Kate Rich I'm going to refer to. So 3 weeks later, he picks up Kate Rich. He drives her to the middle of nowhere. He's like, yeah, why don't we look in this field? Takes her out there, takes this old woman out there, and he fucking stabs her and kills her.
So he's got like a finishing move.
Yeah, this is becoming...
Yeah, this is a stone cold stunner.
Yeah. His people's elbow. He's just... What are you doing? Oh, nothing. Come here. Can you come here real quick?
So he leaves this body. All right, so apparently he says that he buries Becky's body in different places, like chops her up
Oh my
God.
and buries it in different places. And as far as the older woman, Katie Rich, he fucking...
You gotta keep them separated. I'm sorry. I don't know where that came from.
Can you believe he has offspring? Man, Ferman is coming out tonight.
It's a milkshake, man. That do be hitting.
You guys ever see The Offspring?
What, live?
Yeah.
No.
No, you look like you have.
I saw him at Warped Tour one time.
How'd that go?
I was in front with a sign, dude. It was fucking sick. They
What'd it
pulled
say?
me up. I played a fucking song with them.
No.
Got to party with the band afterwards.
Oh, man.
We all
Whose
got
dick
our-
did you suck?
Oh, no, we all got our dick sucked by the drummer.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Were you the pretty fly white guy?
Uh-huh. Yeah, yeah.
No, you sure you weren't the guy that they wrote the song about? Why don't you get a job?
Damn, Ferman.
Next day you
Damn.
apply to Zoop.
Damn. John, that's a Benjamin Slammer.
Danny Franklin slamming my ass, dude. Yeah, we haven't done a Franklin Slammer in a minute. Fuck. Anyway, yeah, that was a wild concert. I'll tell you guys about it another time.
All right, I'd be happy to hear more about it.
Thank God you still have your self-esteem. Gotta keep them
A nice button. You really buttoned that one up real good. You bookended it. It's got to keep them separated.
All right, so he cuts the old woman up too. He initially he leaves her in something called a culvert. You know what they are?
No.
It's I think it's primarily used to allow water to travel freely from one side of a road to the other.
Yeah, the thing underneath, right?
Yeah, like the tunnel.
Oh, so her body was just in that little tunnel thing?
Yeah, and it's a small one too. Like there's a picture of it. I'll put it
You would
up
have
in
to
the
crawl
episode.
through it. So she's like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, nobody's going to walk through it and see her.
Now, Henry Leith thought twice about it after he initially left her there. So he went back, he got the body, brought it back to his cabin on the fucking commune,
Jeez.
chopped it up, and put it over the fire.
Wouldn't it be easier to bring the axe to the body?
Well, if it's underneath like a road,
I guess,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
But why not just set it on fire in the thing?
Yes, he's like haphazardly leaving bodies there. Like,
Yeah. And then you're
sounds like
bringing
he
a
can do
trail.
whatever he wants. Yeah.
You're trying to be as like nonchalant with murder as possible. You just bring
Dragging it across his field and back, can't decide what to do with it.
your DNA, your sweat, just everything is just everywhere.
Look like you're making a goddamn crop circle from above.
He fires up this old lady's body. And so that's September of 82. In June of 1983, the police are starting to put together the pieces. So they find out
Of the body.
It's alive.
Where did that leg go? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Rest in peace. Happy birthday. And
Rest in pieces. All right, so in this roughly year between this murder and when Henry Lee Lucas is finally apprehended, Texas Rangers are starting to put together that, like, okay, this fucker who lived with this old lady was convicted of all this other shit previously, so he's probably the guy that's responsible for her disappearance. So in June of 1983, they pick him up on a firearm charge. So they have him in jail, and as they have him locked up, they're like, all right, he's not giving them anything to go on. Like, he'll talk for hours on end, but he's just not giving them any information that they need. They know he has it, so they're plugging him. They're like, all right, how can we get this motherfucker to talk? So they start torturing him. I've read it described as genital torture.
Oh, my God.
And another aspect of the torture that didn't seem too tortury to me was Henry Lee Lucas saying that they kept the air conditioning jacked up on high, which in Texas sounds like a...
If you don't have a blanket, you're going to get chilly.
Yeah, but I'd rather be... No, I shouldn't say that. I think I'd rather be hot than cold.
So, yeah, torture.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's crank it.
Crank it up. Eventually, he pleads guilty to the two murders of both Katie Rich and his girlfriend, Becky Powell. When he's being sentenced, he's like, well, what about the 100 other girls I've killed? They're like, what? He's like, all right, I got their fucking asses now.
Dude, he's stalling like a kid at bedtime.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, that's definitely bedtime kid behavior.
Yeah.
It goes from 100 to he's like, there might even be as many as 3,000. They're like, what?
Yeah, give me another milkshake and it could be 4,000.
But dude, they put together, they call it the Lucas Task Force. And I mentioned that Netflix series on Henry Lee Lucas earlier. In part 2 of the fucking, there's like 5 or 6 parts to this fucking special. In part 2 of the episode, they focus on the Lucas Task Force, and they're very, way too friendly with Henry Lee Lucas. On top of that, too, he's answering phones for the task force. So
Wait.
the purpose of the task force was to have people, members of law enforcement, and even people calling in tips in regards to unsolved murders throughout the fucking country that might be related to any of the murders that he's already been fucking sentenced for. If people think that, like, okay, you know, if you have an unsolved murders where a lady might have been chopped to pieces and left by the roadside, call this task force numbers. There's a chance that you could be talking to Henry Lee Lucas. It's like when the PBS has pledge drives. Yeah. Like, you get to talk to fucking Madame Suzatska from fucking Downton Abbey, or whatever the lady's name is.
You're the one that said it. I don't want this shit. That is not a reference.
Or the Dowager Countess. That's what I'm looking for. Madame Suzatska, I think, is a thing.
Dean Martin.
Okay, yeah.
Dude, that's insane. But I get it. I mean, depending on what color the county was, if it was red or blue, you know, they may have cut funding and didn't have the resources to really, you know, bring
so let the killer whose murders we are investigating answer phones for said investigation.
If it saves the taxpayer.
But Jake, I can assure you that isn't the case, because they have plenty of manpower. They're sitting there, and they're just one of the parts of the special. They have like a news guy asking Henry Lee Lucas what he thinks about the guy that's in charge of the investigation. He's like, well, he's more of a friend to me than a cop, and he's like, I'd even go so far as to call him a father figure.
Whew.
And it's like they're just so nice to this fucking guy.
It's crazy.
Because initially, I think they do believe that, like, he has information on more murders, and he does, because he ends up getting convicted of 11 murders.
Does he, like, end up taking credit for Otto's murders? Or what?
Yeah, well, dude, I think it's a case of them just wanting to just chill together again, because they do get to hang out and talk about shit.
In jail?
They do.
What?
Oh, but just for the interview purposes. They're not, like, bunked up together.
Yeah, I don't know that they're actually in the same jail together,
right.
But Henry Lee does get transported around the country.
They figure out a way to
them.
chill together again.
Right, yeah. Pretty slick move.
So give me that cell block D.
I'm talking about Deke.
He gets convicted of 11, and there is one where he receives a death sentence. All the others, he receives a life sentence. He is sentenced to death for this woman named Deborah Jackson, who was known as Orange Socks for the longest time. Wow. Nobody could figure out who she was.
Is that how she was found? Like wearing orange socks?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a very fucked up picture, too. You see her legs with orange socks, like, just barely on. This happened in Georgetown, Texas. She was strangled. And it wasn't until, I believe, 2018 or 19 where they figured out who she was.
Damn.
Yeah, it was fucked up.
Say Deborah or Velma?
Jake. Scooby-Doo.
Gotta keep them separate. Does that work?
Killer callback.
You gonna drink that milkshake?
But that's the only one where he receives a death sentence for. However...
Yo, all you need is one of those.
They get it. But here's the crazy thing. There's so little evidence that he did this.
Yeah.
That the governor at the time, which was George W. Bush, says, all right, we're not putting him to death. We're going to commute it to a life sentence.
Was that national news at the time?
I'll bet it was, yeah.
Was it like at the end of his...
1998, so he was only a couple years away from becoming president.
Yeah. Huh.
And I wonder how much that played into it.
Yeah. What, to like...
To appeal to more,
yeah.
you know...
That would be appeal
more,
to
liberals. Yeah.
If you're running for president and your campaign starts like 2 years before the election and you're the governor, do you pretty much stop being the governor day to day and does like the
That's a good
lieutenant
question,
come
man.
in?
I don't know.
Technically, like, no.
Okay.
Like, you're supposed to, like, continue your duties, but I think that's why you, like, have lieutenant governors and stuff like that. I think you just
They can
delegate everything.
I scream, Lieutenant Governor. But you ain't got no legs, Lieutenant Governor.
And did he end up being executed?
Damn, we stay mentioning Lieutenant Dan on this podcast.
Yeah. I was just going to phrase it exactly that way.
He did not end up getting executed. On March 12th, 2001, he ends up
yeah.
dying of heart failure. I might even call it a broken heart.
Was Otis still alive at that time?
I don't know when he died. I would like to do maybe a mini Snickers episode on just their love.
Yeah. They got a real Bert and Ernie vibe going on.
Sounds like a more Hurt and Bernie vibe, if you ask me, but I don't know, man. I've been drinking Liquid Death all night. I've been sipping. This was also funny, too. I found out that Henry Lee Lucas was buried in Captain Bird Cemetery.
Where is that located?
It's in Texas somewhere.
Oh.
Probably deep in the heart. I can't wait. I'm going to Texas next month.
Isn't that Dixie?
Oh, nice.
What do you mean?
Is it deep in the heart of Texas? Or is it deep in the heart of Dixie?
Texas.
Oh,
I
Stars
know
at Night are big and bright, deep in the heart of Texas.
Yeah, I know it from the
Okay.
David James show.
Pee-wee.
Yeah.
Well,
And Pee Wee, yeah.
learn something new every day. Where are you going in Texas?
I'm going to Houston, and then Austin,
Oh,
and then
yeah.
San Antonio.
And then Waco.
Little side
I might
trip
go
to
there.
Waco.
Yeah,
I
you
do have a
should.
free day.
It's
You
not
absolutely-
far from Houston, right?
I believe it's maybe an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should go. For sure.
Yeah, I
Snap
would like
some
to.
pictures.
Oh, I love Houston, though. I went last year.
Yeah?
I stayed at a place that had a Texas-shaped swimming pool on the roof.
On the roof. God
Yeah,
damn.
dude, it was fucking
That's
killer.
awesome.
So happy birthday in heaven, Henry Lee Lucas.
Henry Lee Lucas, you piece of shit.
Did he have kids, Henry Lee Lucas? Besides a son named George?
I think he just had the stepkids.
Okay.
So hopefully that's where that bloodline ended.
Yeah.
Although I don't know, man. He had fucking 8 brothers and sisters.
Yeah. I'm sure there's still some relatives that, if you're out there,
Or driving the
start a
chickens
fight with
crazy.
us on Instagram. It'll probably
The Lucas
be good
brothers.
for him. He looks like a goofball. He doesn't look evil.
He does look silly.
Does not look like an evil guy.
Yeah, I mean, 3 murders so far, right?
Mhm.
It was the 50-year-old
His mom?
wife.
Yeah, the 15-year-old
That's probably-
wife.
The mom, I'm not even counting as like
Yeah, it doesn't count.
an
Yeah.
immoral act. That's like
It's like an OJ murder. Like, we get it, dude.
oh my god. Don't quote me on that. It's like a revenge payback for a lifetime of abuse kind of thing.
What was the purpose of killing the lady Katie Rich though?
I think just because she pissed him off. And she probably knew that if authorities came looking, they'd be like, yeah, he was with her last. Because until that point, like, I don't know how many people knew that when Becky ran away, that she ran away with fucking Henry Lee. But
Gotcha.
Kate definitely
Saw them together.
puts them together, yeah.
Okay.
Is there anything else you guys want to admit to me before you finish those milkshakes?
Yeah, I've cashed a few checks in my day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the biggest one?
I mean, I had a commission check one time that I got like $100.
Jake, are you Banksy?
What were you commissioned for?
Just nude modeling.
Was it for an art class or a
Art
playgirl?
class. Art class for the blind, but I still got paid. So
You know, they do be doing that in art classes.
they don't be doing nude art model in blind art class.
What?
They don't do that.
No.
Do they?
I'm lost in the
I'm in,
sauce.
yeah, I'm in, yeah.
But I know there's a place in I believe it's South Philadelphia called Fleischer that my wife took classes at. At least this is how she validated seeing another man naked besides me. But she said they would pay.
She came home with a blank page every day, but she was gone for upwards of 2 hours.
And she was exhausted.
Just the fucking she does a stick figure in the driveway before she walks back in.
Hey, honey, I'm gonna go take a shower.
I drew this for you.
Why is it still wet?
Oh man,
Are you good? Aren't you a good artist?
I
You
can
good
I
at
can
drawing?
draw.
Can you draw?
No.
I actually
neither.
took art classes at Fleischer.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Did you do
it's
a
at
nudie?
like 9th and Christian, right?
Yeah.
Did you have to show your dong?
I don't think they have nude models there. It's like an all ages arts thing. So
Jamie was just parking.
All right, this is going to be a discussion tonight.
Oh no! What have we done?
You heard it here first. This is exclusive Patreon. That's so funny.
Let's get these bats going, baby. This is what we pay you for.
All right, boys. Anything
Sorry.
you want to add before we close up shop for the night?
Let's just finish this game real quick. People
Oh.
love
You
the Phillies
fucker.
fucking losing. You piece of shit. All right, game over.
God damn, man. I will say this. Oh, no.
At least we spent a lot of money on him.
The Philly fanatic. He's talking about the fanatic running.
We got him for another 8 years. What will you say?
No, I don't think people that listen to this podcast want to hear my opinions on baseball stadiums.
No, yes, you
If
do.
they're still, they have
They're
the freedom
here for
to
you,
hang up
Mike.
right now.
I hated when Miami Marlins changed the scheme of their fucking stadium from that beautiful lime green to this airplane hangar navy blue everywhere. And they had that big obnoxious like art piece in center field. Do you remember that? That like something came out of it when somebody hit a home run. They got rid of that too.
You think it's on eBay? You can get it as a backdrop in here.
You're just talking about the interior.
It is.
Like
Oh,
colors of the
remember
seats
they
and
had a
stuff.
big the aquarium behind home plate.
That
No,
was sick.
I don't remember that. I
The
never
whole-
watched the Marlins.
It was so appropriate because the stadium looked like it was built by a cokehead with money.
Nice.
Well, yeah, we'll continue this conversation off the pod. Thanks for listening, everybody.
Thank you.
Thanks, Mike. Thanks for teaching us that one.
John,
Thanks
had
for the
fun.
milkshake. That was amazing.
Yes, I didn't do anything to it.
John, didn't you go to Marlins?
You keep saying
training
that.
camp?
Why does he keep saying it? Oh, yeah, I did.
Jake, did you bring your own milkshake?
This is my backup milkshake. I always have a second milkshake.
It's got a milkshake tumbler. What were you gonna say, buddy?
I used to be a marlin.
No.
Yeah. Back in the 90s, I was a long fish with a pointy snout, and I lived in Miami for a little while.
Damn.
Yeah, I would jump out of the water. I would thrill tourists and fishermen alike. And
Did you get paid for that?
no, that's all pro bono, baby. You know, I did get caught. Got caught a couple times.
How'd you get away?
Fought my way out of it, buddy.
wow.
They didn't use strong enough. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's shit. Yeah, I did a couple. I went to college as a Marlin.
What was your major?
I was the mascot for the Marlins.
Oh.
I tried out for the Dolphins.
How'd that go?
I said, "No way, pal."
It's just too confusing. There ain't no rule that says a Marlin can't play football.
All right, I had to get one more in there.
All right, I'm glad you did, man. That was a good one. Jake, any last lies you want to get in before we close up shop for the night?
I used to be a Marlin. No, no. I think you've learned everything about me tonight.
All right, well, I appreciate you guys being so truthful.
Were you really in a Neil Diamond dirty
I was, yeah.
cover band?
Yeah, their SoundCloud still exists, right?
Yeah.
There's still, yeah.
Did you ever record with the guys or no?
Yeah,
You did.
yeah. I sang background vocals on whatever. I don't. It was. I don't remember the name of the album, but I do remember singing a song like "You're never gonna leave me, baby. They'll never find the body." All right, and then the Justin Timberlake parody song. I sang.
And they just brought you in as a hired gun, right? You were just a studio player.
Yeah.
You came
A
in.
singer.
Yeah.
They were like, "We need one more
Yeah.
guy that sounds like shit to come in and fucking and round out this
Damn.
fucking shitty three-way harmony."
Last time you described this to us, you said you were the lead singer.
I did not, Jake.
I thought you said lead singer. No?
No.
Man, I took that and ran with it.
All right, so we've established that my wife is cheating on me, that I did not hold as prominent of a role as I once thought in the band that I wasn't in, apparently. And anything else you want to tell me that is going wrong in my life?
Nah, we got it all. We just playing with you, Mike. You know that.
All right.
We love you, Mike.
I love you guys, too.
Yeah, we love you.
Thank you for being good sports all the time, whether I'm fussing with you or getting you a nice treat.
Well, it's nice to every once in a while we get rewarded instead of punished,
Yes.
and that's enough to keep us coming back for more. You
Oh,
sick
I'm
freak.
glad to hear that.
There was nothing in these milkshakes.
Well, he's gonna tell us tomorrow, but
I got a shit.
yeah, I'm thinking I might not make it home before I have to squirt alert.
All right, guys, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching.
Wait. Aren't we doing a giveaway on our Instagram? The Shaner.
Ooh. Let me find these bad boys. Okay. They're somewhere in this room. However, if you follow us on Instagram, which is at Little Stinkers Podcast, is that correct?
Yeah.
All right. Follow us on Instagram at Little Stinkers Podcast. We're going to post a photo of Shaner's drawings from the Dr. Vincent Van Jarlsberg episode we did on our Patreon. And if you follow us and you comment under the picture, we're going to pick one of the people that follow us and comment under the picture and just send them pictures that
Give
Shaner
us-
created.
Give us your best cheese pun.
Ooh, that's a good
Comment
one.
with your penis size and cheese pun.
Penis size cheese bun. And tell us what you see in the picture as well.
All right, so follow us on Instagram, comment on there too, and we're going to be picking people, and we'll notify them, we'll inbox you. Jake will send you a dick pic, and then you will be forced to give us your address.
I will send one every day until you give us your address.
All right, I don't think these directions could have been any more confusing.
But the contest doesn't start till December, so follow us on Instagram now to be eligible.
We'll figure it out. All right. And if you're watching this on Patreon, I appreciate you guys for becoming patrons. If you're not a patron yet, if you go to patreon.com/Little Stinkers, that's LILSTINKERS, You'll get first access to every episode we do. You get full access to full episodes. You'll get extra episodes. You'll get access to a live monthly AMA and all kinds of other fun stuff that we do each month. So join us there, patreon.com/LilStinkers. All right, guys. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Love you
Thank
guys.
you.
See ya. Thank you.